Hi, I'm Sean Doherty.
And this is Caitlin Tsai.
And we're from the Hang app. And this is our golden hour.
Oh God, what's going on? Where am I going? Dad?
Yes, my son. I am Deuce, the deer god.
I'm so confused. Who am I?
Derek. Your true name is Dercules.
Wait, what?
Yes. You are Dercules, the god of the forest. Season 5. Hosted by your favorite podcast host, Big Bochi. You already know the deal, mother. What's up?
Okay, before we start, everyone relax. Hey, everyone. This is Conor, Holway of the Golden Hours podcast. And listen, if you by chance get any sort of value from this episode, whether you laugh, you're entertained, you cry, or you learn something, dude, just share it with a friend. And if you don't have friends, you shouldn't be listening to podcasts. Am I right, Con Mac? Am I right?
I totally agree there.
Okay, also, before we introduce everybody in the room, I have an event coming up on January 17th called GDP Hustle. I'm pulling together a bunch of Boston-based brands, startups, and companies, right? I could go sales mode right now, but I'm going to be doing it for the next month or so, losing my mind, trying to get everybody here. But listen, if you have your own brand in the city, there's never been an event like this in Boston where brands of all levels, $1 million brands, $5 brands are all coming to the same spot. And there's also going to be a live pitch competition that's streamed on the biggest YouTube channel in Boston.
We're in.
Let's go. All right. Before I introduce my guests, who's here today? Let's go. Start with Freshie.
Yo, Big Fresh checking in.
And on his left, it's C-Mac,
Let's
co-producing another episode. Happy to be here.
C-Mac's back.
And all the way to the left, the real C-Mac, a.k.a. Con-Mac on the ones and twos. How are you?
That's a classic GDP actor right there. Have you guys ever seen me and Con Mac's work?
Once, yes.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
It was based on a true story. But we won't talk about that. That was the old us, man.
That was not my story, for sure.
No, it wasn't mine either. But we knows who it was. On my right, I have two young people who how recently did we start the app?
We founded the company a year ago, and we did our soft launch of the app 1 month ago.
Fire. So you guys are like right in the launch. Like, this just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
still going.
fresh.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
So you guys are pumped.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Very pumped.
I have Sean Doherty, and I just want to make sure I say your last name right. Is it Tsai?
Yeah.
And I have Caitlin Tsai of the Hang app.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
For sure. Do you guys want to give a quick synopsis of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Sean Doherty. I am a senior at Boston University, and I am the CEO and founder of Hang, which is a mobile application that streamlines your social life. And we'll dive into it a little bit more later, I assume, but
Yeah, absolutely.
that's our general overview.
This is the first podcast for you guys too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and first
first
podcast.
podcast.
Cool. What's
A lot
the
of
best
new
podcast?
things.
But yeah,
Great.
first and best.
I'm Caitlin Tsai, and I grew up in Shanghai, and I went to Boston University, graduated this past May.
Congrats.
So I'm fresh out of college.
Do you have
and
and is your job the full-time app, or do you have another hustle?
yeah, so I was going to work full-time in fashion in New York City, and I saw the awesome potential in this, and I actually really love working on it and kind of taking the risk.
Nice,
So
let's go.
I decided to switch over and do Hang full-time.
Nice.
So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm head of product at Hang.
Fire.
Yeah.
So how do you manage your time right now? Like, what is your day-to-day like?
I mean,
We're starting with you, Caitlin.
let's do it. So Hang headquarters is just kind of the apartment.
Yeah.
So we just do everything in there.
Well, it's cool because GDP
Yeah.
headquarters is the back of this empty
Yeah.
warehouse. So we're good to go.
Basically, every day we map out the tasks that we have to do, and we'll just tackle it one by one. But every day is Hang, morning to night, and it's a hustle.
You love it though,
Yeah,
right?
love it.
So what was like your day-to-day today in the app development?
So today we didn't do much development. We actually had a
kind of real kind of mock pitch with some people in the tech industry.
Cool.
So since we're going for funding over the next few months, today was basically
Practice.
Yeah, practice, and we got some like good insight into how to scale out our product and how to do our pitch once we actually go to venture capitalists.
How much money do you need? Well, obviously you want a gazillion bucks, but how much do you want like right off rip? Because I have no clue how to start an app. I have like no idea how it works, but I'm starting to learn a little more about the VC field, like Series A and Series B funding.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a very focused kind of relaunch next semester in Boston.
And when you say launch, like a new market push, kind of.
Yeah, so what we did the first time was it was basically an extended beta test. And so what a beta test is like you put your app out there for a small group and you get feedback, and then you like repackage it, and put it back out there for more wide scale use.
So what do you do, like fellow students and like your friends and family?
Yeah, so like Conor knows, like my cousins were like posting it on their Instagrams, and we have our own our socials where we kind of tried to develop our brand a little bit, but we didn't really do any like on-campus marketing yet, and nowhere outside of Boston really. So this semester we've gotten like great feedback. Over the next month we are we're not redesigning the product, but there are a lot of things that we're implementing and also taking off the app.
Cool.
Yeah, and
what are you getting rid of?
we had right now when you have a plan, and that plan posts to the feed, so you share it with your friends. You can add photos, videos, or text updates, and we're scratching the text updates.
Why don't we like that?
So we
Can you just pull that up? You'll feel
Okay.
strong.
All right.
Scream into
Is that
it.
good? Yeah.
There you go,
Okay.
you're good.
So after doing the beta test and kind of the soft launch in Boston, we noticed that people were more valuing the plan making side of things, and half of the social aspect that we had kind of implemented wasn't really getting a lot of traction. And so we decided to take that out and kind of provide more value to people on the features that they actually were using. So yeah, that's why we got rid of the text updates and kept the photos and videos.
Okay, cool. Can you guys just, so we can move on, people can also understand this, what is the app and what does it do?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So,
Also, you guys are doing great. This is awesome. I feel like we're in like Forbes right now. This is sick.
yeah. So as I said, Hang is meant to streamline your entire social life. So from A to Z. So what we realized is that making plans kind of sucks. Like I'm sure all of you have had group chats where you tried to get something going, and a lot of times it's either super disorganized or it just straight up fails.
It's never. You got losers in the chat, man. What if it's just a bunch of type A winners, alpha males in one chat? You're making those plans instantaneously.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that group, then you're good. And
also, you don't need Hang, bro. Don't worry.
No, you don't need Hang if you're all alpha males in chat. But that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare, we think. So
you gotta meet me and my friends, man. We're all deezed.
Yeah, yeah. So we kind of were thinking about how that's like a problem. It's like a problem that really shouldn't exist, right? We have great technology nowadays. There's so much social tech out there and so much social media. So it's kind of interesting that there's not really a better way to make these casual plans. Like there are ways to make plans like that are super efficient. Don't get me wrong. Like Google Calendar, that's how we scheduled this, right? Mm-hmm. So, but that doesn't.
Were you pissed when I did that?
No, I liked when you did that because that's for a formal thing. That's like it's like a work type event. Even like Facebook events, people use those, but you're not really going to use Facebook events or Google Calendar to get like a few of your alpha male buddies together for some beers on a Saturday night.
But we will for our GDP hustle on the 17th, which is at the studio.
Yeah,
quick plug. Keep going.
But you're plugging like a more formal event, right? Like That's a legit thing. Like I'm talking about. Like we call them micro hangs. So like the day-to-day things you do with your friends, you're not going to really use a platform like that. And the reason why is because those platforms are just too formal. So instead, people use messaging platforms like iMessage, WhatsApp, GroupMe, whatever. And because of the reasons I was saying before, they just kind of lead to
a lot of inefficiencies and just misplanned. So that was like the premise behind Hang. We wanted to create a platform that just fixed that problem, made it as easy as possible to make plans with your friends as quick as possible, and then you can track everything about your plan in our like it's like formal, but it's a more fun planner and calendar, I would say.
So, for instance, like if you guys are on BU's campus, it's like, yo, let's go to the dining hall. That's something you could use the Hang app for, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
You could like pick who you wanted to go to the dining hall with, and then you just say like,
meet me at the dining hall.
Grub or meet me at the dining
Yeah.
hall. You can like pick a time, location, and you just send it to them, and they can instantly say if they're in or out. And it's that easy. If they say in, it's logged in your calendar, and
Fire.
then yeah.
And kind of just continue, like, you want me to keep explaining what
Please,
the app? Yeah, so we were thinking about that problem, and then we went on, like, while we were thinking about that problem, we kind of recognized another. And this is less of a problem, but more of a trend that we recognized, is that a lot of people are kind of craving casual sharing. So, like, social media platforms used to be a lot more casual than they are now.
Elaborate on what you mean by that.
Yeah, definitely. So on Instagram, in the very beginning, you would just see pretty casual photos posted by people you were friends with.
Yeah.
Now you go on Instagram, you're seeing posts by influencers, businesses. If your friends post something, or like people, like friends of friends post something, it's probably going to be a pretty curated post just showing like a highlight of their life.
It's all very business related now. A lot of, we put out a ton of content on Instagram,
Yeah.
so I get
And
it.
it's a great platform. And people will always be using that. But what we're seeing is that people are craving a way to go back to that casual sharing. You can see this through data. So if you look at stories is social media's fastest growing segment. It's growing 15 times faster than feed sharing and has just surpassed 1 billion uses a day on like 4 major platforms. And if you look at the studies done by like super credible organizations like Facebook and other research organizations, like the one by Facebook says that 58% of people that use stories say they use it to see authentic and uncurated content. And then 61% of people use it to see what their friends are doing right now.
I think it varies by platform, though, for sure. Because I don't know if are any of you guys rocking with that Facebook story. I mean, Conor, Mike, you use a lot of social media. What are you rocking with right now? Snapchat?
I don't even have the Facebook app anymore. I feel like with Snapchat and Instagram, I'll usually click through. I think Snapchat, you see kind of more of what's going on, but Instagram, I just kind of click through to just get them out of there.
What do you prefer right now to use?
What do you mean, like as a whole or for
Like
stories?
Like you wake up and you're like, yo, I kind of want to just like see what people are up to. Are you hitting that IG or that Snap?
I mean, I'll check like if like any groups have Snapchatted me or something, but I try to stay off Instagram till after like noon.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just feel like it's just distracting in the morning.
You're just a business professional now.
I'm just,
But when you
business,
check
man.
Instagram, are you checking the stories or are you checking the feed more?
I wouldn't like scroll. I'll probably just check the stories if it's like people that I'm like close with,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
more like an intimate thing like that. It's like you're not like checking this to like see like what's going on like with like celebrities and influencers and stuff. It's like oh, like I saw like Holway just posted a story. I'll click on that.
Right.
I saw Sean just post a story. It's like people that I like know. C-Mac, I mean, I might click through it, but
C-Mac, this is interesting for you too, though, because you're like kind of like declining on the social media use. What do you use on a daily basis?
None of it. I mean, I check LinkedIn just because I get bored at work.
I also
but
tag you in that when you come to these episodes.
No, but
Big Fresh, you been catching my tags on that? Yeah. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'll tag you guys on LinkedIn after this too.
Yeah.
It'll be fire.
We're on there.
So segue back. So you guys want to create a story feature for your app, or?
Yeah, we have a story feature. What I'm trying to get at is, like those statistics are trying to say that, like people are looking like this is the stories are exploding, and why are stories exploding? Because people are turning to them to post and see casual content by their friends.
Unfiltered content,
Yeah,
unpolished.
yeah, just like real things. Like people want a glimpse into like the real day-to-day activities of their friends. Like that's just what they want. That's what all the evidence suggests. And so we took that idea and kind of leveraged it against our problem of that making plans sucks
the way it is right now, and kind of realized that we could create this platform where not only do we make it way easier to create plans, but because of the nature of our app that you're making plans on it, if you're able to share those plans, and since it's like always going to be like real-time things, we could create a social network of real-time events. So what you're seeing is always going to be something real, and all the photos and videos posted on Hang are going to be like
Unedited.
Yeah, unedited, real events by your real friends.
So how does your app differentiate from Snap Stories in that case then? We'll toss alley-oop to Kate.
Yeah, so I would say we're really basing it off of this idea that people hate, like FOMO, the fear of missing out, and so they will scroll the feed, but the feed is text-based, so it'll say like Sean is hanging with Kaitlin and whatever description we have, but we are differentiated with it. But how we differentiate from Instagram is we do have those story components, but it's organized more by event and not necessarily by individual.
Okay, word.
So it's there for each event. There's a compiled story where all stories posted by everyone who is participating in that hangout, it's compiled in one spot, and you can view it with one tap, and you can see the entire night out in one story instead of like having it up on multiple people's accounts on multiple platforms. So it just better organizes everything, and it's gives like a better picture of what people are doing as a whole instead of individually.
So when did you guys get the entrepreneurial bug to start something like this? Like, did you guys link up like a year or two back? Like, yo, we would be a killer team in the app space. So, like,
Nah, it didn't really happen like that. So I came up with the idea initially with my co-founder, Bennett Cooper. And then we were working on it for months. And then I think like 5 months in, Kaitlin joined the team because she...
shouts out to Kaitlin.
Yeah.
She was huge. She took it from like us looking for someone to help us design and...
Did you do all the graphic design?
Yeah. So I did all the
Graphic
design.
design is fire.
You like it?
Yeah.
Wait till you see the new stuff.
You got it on your phone? Let me see something.
We don't have it on.
Yeah.
What do you do, Photoshop?
Yeah, so I do it on Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, which is not the most efficient way to design a mobile
what we do all our
application.
stuff Photoshop too, though.
Like there's other softwares like Sketch and stuff, but I kind of like it old school.
Photoshop's not really old school. Old school is like kid pics. You remember kid pics?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
That's like kindergarten. Like,
Yeah.
it was before you learned Microsoft Word. You learned kid pics.
Okay.
Yeah. So you kind of just gave the idea brand for the most part?
Yeah, so they had a concept that they kind of needed to make real, I guess, like have a physical prototype or whatever. And so I just designed things based off of what they were looking for.
Dope.
And we were able to make some sort of prototype to show developers and have them get on board.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so have you always had kind of like a bug to like start your own thing, or where are you from? Connecticut?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Greenwich?
Okay, cool. SoCo.
Yeah. So cool.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. South Connecticut.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
Where are you from?
Complicated. All over, I guess.
Okay, you're scaring me.
Born in California, moved to Shanghai, lived there for 11 years, moved to Boston
Just for school?
just for school. Yeah.
Word.
Now I'm between Boston and New York.
Bounce around a bunch.
Yeah. I kind of like it, like
Oh, I'm
unpredictable.
the same way. Yeah. On the move.
Yeah,
right? Keep it
exactly.
going.
Yeah.
So you guys met at school,
Mm-hmm.
and then are you fully graduated?
No.
Dude, I wasn't either until yesterday. I
Really?
wasn't. I graduated college yesterday.
Really?
2 days ago.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats,
Did you know
man.
that? Are you graduated?
Yeah.
Let's go, bro. What did it take you, 5?
4.5.
Well, it took me 5.5.
4.
Yeah, exactly.
Change.
So have you always do you have like business people in your family, or like people in tech in your family?
My dad's a businessman. No one in tech. I don't even know where that came from, but my interest in tech really, it kind of took off with the conception of the idea. You know, like I kind of recognized the problem and then saw that tech was a solution for it. I think I've always wanted to do something on my own, and like probably same as you. Like, I don't really want to work for anyone else.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be able to create something and build it out and see how far it can take me. And yeah.
What type of business is your pops in? Is he doing like big finance?
Yeah, he's a finance guy.
Okay. Did you grow up knowing like you never want to do what your dad did? Because dude, my dad is the president of a union, and my mom is a financial planner. And I was always like, oh, this seems really boring. Big pass.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been extremely interested in his field. I always thought maybe I'd go into it, but I feel like I would have been more involved in like asking more questions and things like that if that was like something I really wanted to do when I was older. I think what he does is super cool, and
no one's shitting on your dad. Don't worry, man.
No, I don't want him to listen and think of shitting on him.
Shout out to Uncle Rocky. Is that his name?
Brian.
Uncle Brian. Shout out to Uncle Brian.
We should start calling him that though, Uncle Rocky. I love that.
Uncle Rocky. It's my dog.
Yeah.
So you guys are now 1 month into the drop, right? Mm-hmm. Is it like what you expected? Do you guys have moments you're like, yo, what the fuck are we doing? I mean, you would be lying if you said you didn't. Dude, I'm like 3 years into this GDP thing, and I have days where I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I mean, that just comes with a startup, right?
For sure.
That comes with entrepreneurship. Like I think the most important thing I've learned with this is that you need to be able to see what you have before everyone else, and it's going to be really hard, and you're not going to have tangible validation for a long time. You're really not. And like at that point, most people would be like, okay, like it's not working out, I'm done. But you need to be able to see that it can work, and that maybe you're not doing something right, and then like stay on that path, you know?
You got to be a bull, right? You got to keep it going.
Yeah. We definitely have moments though. We had
You guys gonna fight recently?
little moment.
No, I
today.
had a moment today.
They haven't had a little moment today.
It was-
Tears?
A few. Well, it's not like we were fighting, but it was just like being post grad and everything. And I think that it's definitely an awesome risk to take, and the risk is kind of the fun part of it. But sometimes you do get a little bit nervous, or like
It's totally natural.
it's totally natural to like kind of like question your
Especially-
decisions and stuff. And by no means am I questioning like, did I make a good decision about joining Hang? Because I absolutely love what we do. It was just more a post-grad crisis type of thing.
Well, I get it. I mean, as Conmac knows, like I was making YouTube videos, and I was like building this thing for myself at school, and like a lot of these kids would go out and they would party, and like I was always working, and then school was over, and everyone was going to get these jobs, and I was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I've been so invested for like 3 years, like I can't just stop. So I had the same moment, and I was like, all right, like what could I do? So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna try to throw like a massive concert, and literally, I swear to God, it ends up working
That
out.
was the solution.
Well, I knew there was this storied venue in Boston. You guys in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I knew if I sold out the Middle East, it would be like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Especially in Boston. So I was like, all right, this would be a good goal to.
Did you?
Of course, bro.
Hey.
What
there you go.
do you have? Who was playing?
No, artists you probably don't even know. All Boston artists. So it's
Okay.
like, there isn't really a music scene in Boston.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal to get like 700 people to a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I didn't sleep for like 4 months. Conmac, were you there?
No.
What's your deal, bro?
I was on vacation.
Of course you were. God. So, how do you guys communicate? Like, are you guys constantly texting each other back and forth? How do you delegate work? I don't really know how starting an app works. I got no clue.
Yeah, we do. There's something called Scrum methodology. So Kaitlin can talk about it because she studied it at school. That was like her concentration.
It's more of a development process, or a way of developing. And so basically you break everything down that you have to do into stories, and you prioritize it with what they call points, and then you break it down into tasks, and you have this it's called a Scrum chart, and you just kind of like move it down the line from the stories to the tasks to in progress, and then you have people check your work. And
Does
then
it work for you? Because you're over here smiling like.
No, I'm smiling because it sounds like so boring, but it's like
It works though.
It
works.
really
Like,
works.
It would be like if you have like 4 main things you need to accomplish this month, and you like put those 4 things in like the left column, and then the next column is you come up with like every single step you would need to
get there.
achieve those goals, and then like you move them in progress when you're working on them, and then we have like a little area if like they're really important, we'll have them reviewed by the whole team,
Okay.
and then it's just like
who else is in the team besides you two?
it's so Bennett Cooper, my co-founder.
Shout out
and,
to Bennett.
yeah, shout out Bennett and Jacob Westfall,
Cool.
who
Yeah.
is our head of sales and marketing.
Yeah, but the way we do it, it really gets us on keeps us on track, and it provides like a holistic picture of everything we have to get done in a certain time frame, and everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows what like their
it keeps us
partners
on the
are
same
working on.
page.
Yeah, so it keeps everyone on the same page.
Yeah, I do something called the power list. Big Fresh just heard me like harp on this like 5 times, but I learned it from this dude who runs a podcast. His name's Andy Frisella, and so he runs this thing called First Form, and he said, dude, every day, the day before, like write down 5 tasks that you know that if you do them, they're gonna move you forward just a little bit. I'm assuming it's kind of similar methodology.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
it's the same idea, you know.
But it's just a little bit more detailed, like with the exact steps you have to
So you're calling me
take. I
stupid.
guess.
Yeah.
No.
That was kind of
So
but ours is a little better.
well, you guys are getting it done, right? Let's go. Are you guys big believers in the law of attraction?
What's the law of attraction?
Do you know what it is?
Opposites attract.
See, like, you know what the law of attraction is, right?
Yeah, but I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, I'm just saying, do you know what it is? Like, this isn't like law of attraction.
Tom Cruise.
No, law of attraction is not like 2 people hooking up like at the bar. Big Fresh, you're familiar with the law of attraction, right? See, like, you don't know what this is?
Let's hear it.
No, go ahead. Tell me what you
No,
think it is.
no. I want to hear what's
The law
on
of
your
attraction, like your thought, like all your thoughts end up mapping towards your actions, and all your actions end up mapping towards what you visualize. And like manifesting. No one's heard of the law of attraction. You guys ever heard of The Secret? You know, like The Secret?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys serious?
Is that like manifesting your thoughts, manifesting your destiny, that type of thing?
Similar.
Yeah.
The Secret? No one's ever heard of The
Dude,
Secret?
just spit it out.
No, that The Secret is like this big like audiobook like franchise about like how to make your dreams come true. Am I losing my mind? Okay, well, do you guys believe in destiny?
I don't know. Like a preset destiny,
Yeah, like predetermination.
predetermined.
It's like a very Catholic thought.
I would say no. I think you forge your own destiny.
I think no, because I think everything really depends on your mindset and how much effort you put into things. And I think just because you're born with a talent or something, or if you're a little bit better at one thing than other people, I don't think that it gets you very far unless you put effort into it. And that's why I don't think destiny is a thing.
See, Mac, what about you? Because you grew up going to tons of Catholic schools. This is like a good question. I know everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, people think about this stuff.
Yeah, no, it's important.
No, I feel like there's not like any preset thing. I mean, I think if you just do things the right way, stuff happens the way that you kind of, meant to happen by how you make it happen.
That's poetic. What about you, C-Mac?
I like to believe that things happen for certain reasons, or trying to make a story out of everything so you can kind of push towards a certain goal. If you fail, it's like you failed because you need to learn something from it. If you succeeded, it's because you worked hard enough to get there. But so I think so. I mean, I don't know if this is like a Catholic thought. I think it's just a thought like of.
Well, the destiny and predetermination are 2 different things. Because, like, one thing I did learn at PC was like remember Aquinas? He's saying like as soon as you were born, your whole story is like already mapped out for you.
Yeah, I don't see that. I think, your story is what you make of it. I think like. It's one of those things.
Fresh. Any insight?
I don't know. I'm like the least like spiritual person, so it's probably a bad question to answer. Big believer in like simulation theory.
Yeah.
If that means anything, but
Yeah, caught in the sim.
Yeah.
So how do you guys market the app? Like, how do people do that? How do you rank on the app store?
Yeah.
Because there's so many apps. Like,
Yeah, there are millions. So, like, one part of it is we have, like, people don't see these, but we have, like, keywords that, I think, what is it, like 100, is it 100 words or 100 characters?
Characters.
Yeah, so you get, like, 100 characters to put keywords in, and, like, it goes into the App Store's algorithm, and it kind of sorts it that way. Or it sorts by, like, popularity. But besides, like, from the App Store, we market on our socials, and we haven't done this yet, but our whole plan for this upcoming semester is a college, like, campus ambassador program. So what Tinder and Bumble did that really made them take off is they would get, like, these ambassadors on college campuses who would be less ambassadors and more so, like, facilitators, like, actually using the app and, like, just going to their, like, they would mostly be in Greek life, so they would just go to their fraternities and sororities or whatever and just be like, check this out, like, all the girls in these sororities are, like, using the app, like, download it, and, like, that's kind of how they got it to spread outwards. We think we can have the same type of success or even more because, like, with our platform, like, their college kids are going to be doing what they do anyways. Like, they make plans every single day. So if by having a facilitator on campus, using it with their social circle, with their like, fraternity or sorority, we think that it'll kind of spread outwards that way.
As for our aesthetic on Instagram, we're really trying to go for this raw, what is the word I'm looking for? Uncurated.
Nice.
Kind of vibe. And so we feature a lot of people our age or older, younger, just doing
Do you have
things
it
with
on
each
you?
other. Yeah.
That mink coat also looks mad warm. Is it dope?
Yeah. You should get one.
When we need some hang gear, you guys got, like, t-shirts on the way?
Yeah,
we
we do.
should have
We
brought
do.
stuff today.
We that's all being deployed next semester.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure to reserve some for you.
Fire, thank you.
Yeah.
Do a long sleeve
But
or
yeah,
something.
so we use
All the photos are filmed.
yeah,
photos.
so
It's fire too.
all the photos are
Yeah, and the hats.
yeah. So all the photos are
What's that Kaitlin sauce? I see you with that artsy. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all the photos are taken with a 35 millimeter film camera, and we don't edit them at all. We just get them developed, and that's what it is because we really want
Which
to portray. We just use the disposable. We have been using the disposable ones right now, but we
Like a
also
Polaroid?
have but we also it's a Fujifilm, but we also have one that's a more professional one that's a Minolta.
Cool.
Yeah. So the idea behind it is just really presenting this authentic culture of people doing fun shit all the time. Sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Fuck. Ow. My knee.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the idea behind it. So if you saw our Thanksgiving post was a picture of two girls taking a post-food coma nap. It's just like genuine content. Like, people do that.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
a real
So
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. I actually did.
yeah. So the idea behind our brand aesthetic is kind of to just like maintain that raw, uncurated feel.
This is somewhat irrelevant, but are you familiar with Johnny Glenn? Because he was at BU when you guys were probably underclassmen. He was
Yeah. He's a singer, right?
Yeah, he's been on here.
Oh, really?
Dude, you should try to get him to use the Hang app.
Oh.
He's a big marketing
Yeah.
guy. He'd be great.
Really?
Who else do we
Is
know?
he still
at BU?
singing?
You know Samuel Thompson?
No.
He's kind of in your space too. He came up here too. He does like some sort of like influencer marketing or something. So you're a pretty good like mix of entrepreneurs coming out of BU, huh?
I saw Johnny. It's Johnny Glenn, right?
Yeah.
I saw him perform once at like one of the sorority like talent show
Word.
fundraisers.
Do you guys enjoy? Well, did you enjoy BU?
Freshman year, I hated it. Have to be honest. Sophomore year to senior year, absolutely loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, being away this semester was like one of the hardest things ever. I missed it.
Can you? I don't want to dip into it too much, but can you elaborate why you took a break, kind of?
Yeah. Yeah, so back in May, I was diagnosed with metastatic testicular cancer. So first I had surgery, and then I thought maybe I'd be done and go back to school, you know? And then I went back in. They found a tumor in my lungs.
Oh.
Yeah, in my left lung. So then I had like 4 months of chemo. And like recently, like a month and a half ago, I went in for like the big scan. Like, and this was like basically telling me if I was good or if I was super fucked. And the chemo worked. It shrunk it, so I'm in remission.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of good. Obviously, when you go through something like that, you learn a ton. It makes you tougher. It also gave me a ton of time to work on the app.
I'm sure.
Work on Hang. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, Conor, Kaitlin can tell you, I focused so much on it, like, all my time, that there were times when I actually forgot I was sick.
Wow.
Like, even when I was, like, super messed up, feeling out of it, I would just be, like, totally consumed by it. So
You feel like you needed it.
yeah, it was like a drug. So it helped me get through like a dark time.
So you were like in the hospital, like consistently working on the app.
Yeah, the chemotherapy treatment room kind of became our office.
Yeah, I read that in the article.
Yeah, from the article, BU article. When it would get really bad, like Kaitlin would do most of the grunt work, but for the most part, I was able to keep going.
Yeah. So for the most part, like 99% of the time, we would work together in his treatment rooms, working on Hang for like 6 hours a day, then probably go back and work on Hang some more. Yeah.
It was a good time for doing work, because it would be so like when you get I had 2 bags of chemo, etoposide and cisplatin, and it would take like anywhere from like 5 to 6.5 hours a day.
Can you just? This isn't me supposed to be ignorant, but how does chemo work? It's like,
Yeah, I didn't know either. So you get it through an IV.
Okay.
And it's just like a small or a slow drip. I would get a bag of hydration first for about an hour and a half maybe, depending on the day.
Like a saline bag?
Yeah, saline bag, exactly. And then simultaneously, like towards the end of that bag, they would put on the first bag of chemo. First there were a bunch of steroids and stuff, but it all comes through the IV.
Okay.
And then I get my 2 bags.
And so why is there this conception that chemo is like a radiation thing?
Well, there is radiation. They're two different
Two different types of treatments?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think chemo's more, like if it gets to that point, chemo is more common. Radiations, you don't want radiation. Both are pretty bad and have lasting effects, but radiation's like really bad. Kind of leads
Radiation's just like blasting you with like shit.
with really bad shit, and they can both lead to future cancers, but radiation more so, I think.
So what was it like when you found out like, yo, I have cancer?
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Like what the fuck would...
Yeah, Conor's dad was actually like out golfing with my dad. He like my dad was like Conor, my uncle Bobby, and like all his friends down. So I was chilling at my house with Kaitlin and my mom, and I got the call I went in for my ultrasound or whatever, and then I got.
Were you feeling sick at the time, or?
No, it actually hurt. Like
Okay.
my
nut.
My nut hurt. And it hurt, but then I was in Paris at the time, like walking around with my other cousin Cal, and I was like, dude, my nut like really, really hurts. And he was like, stop, like you're being ridiculous, kind of making fun of me. And
Did it feel like heavy?
No, it was just like it almost felt like it was bruised. And then I came back and it started feeling better. So I was like, I'm actually not going to go in, and Kaitlin forced me to go. And then, okay, so all that happened. I get the ultrasound, and then we're chilling. I get a call, and my doctor's just like don't freak out. You're going to be fine, but you do have cancer. And then when you get, the word cancer is really scary. It has a really, really negative connotation. So when you hear that, it's kind of like, like an out of body experience almost. So I don't know. I was a little stunned. It's weird though. Like the worst part about cancer, if you have pediatric cancer, if you're a kid, is what your parents have to go through.
Yeah.
Like it's tougher for your parents than for you, and like that first meeting with the doc, like the first of hundreds, but that first meeting they're just like falling apart, and I'm just like I was kind of chilling honestly because I don't know, it kind of makes you not want to fall apart for them, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm sure like your mom was a wreck.
Yeah, she was.
So what did you feel like as soon as someone says that, like, yo, you have cancer? Are you like, holy shit, my life's gonna get cut short? Holy shit, I gotta get stuff done. Like, am I gonna be able to accomplish everything I wanted to get accomplished?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a weird person. I didn't have those thoughts. I that's a lie. I wanted to. I knew I couldn't do like everything I wanted, especially while being sick. It's just like I wasn't allowed to fly. I couldn't really be around other people. My immune system was super.
You felt weak.
Yeah, it just doctors wouldn't let me. So I kind of just wanted to keep doing what I was already doing. I was already working on Hang. Yeah, that's a really good question. I kind of went on with my life normally, and never really. If you let thoughts like that get to you, I think that it can make the situation a lot worse. You know.
What did you think when you heard? Like, what was that like? Were you freaking out?
I was totally freaking out.
I couldn't even imagine. Like, if one of my friends got that call, like, yo, what the fuck?
It was insane. Like, it was completely unexpected and was extremely shocking. And it was just like a matter of what can I do to be there for someone, or, you know, I didn't really know how to react, honestly. So it's just like I didn't want to overreact. I didn't want to underreact. Like I feel like there's no like reaction that is normal, I guess, you know? Yeah.
And question, did you have anyone in your family had cancer prior to you? Like, had you had an experience where you were familiar with diseases like that, or?
Yeah, our grandfather had cancer, but they kind of didn't really tell anyone.
And found out later.
Yeah, it was like one of those things found out later. And then my grandmother also had cancer, but it was like when I was young, so same thing. They didn't really tell me, so I'd never really had an experience. Oh, actually, my best friend in middle school, Henry Golden, had cancer. That was I actually had a pretty personal experience with it because like it was tough for me going through this, but imagine being a middle school kid, like you're already dealing with like your body changing, like
puberty,
people being mean in middle. It's like the kids are like so mean in middle school, all that shit. And then on top of it, like you're bald as like a 13-year-old kid. So that might have actually helped me when I was sick, because I had a little bit of perspective on it from that.
So when it got really bad with the treatment, like really taxing, was there any like sort of like motivational source you had? Like, because from what I know, and again, I don't know much. I've had obviously relatives who've had cancer, but like they say like you got to have some sort of thing in your mind that's driving you to get to the end of your treatment, because it's just such a grueling process.
Yeah. I think I'm naturally a super competitive person, which leads to you being like internally motivated. Mm-hmm. So I think I was just kind of like, I'm going to go as hard as I can to not like die from fucking this shitty thing at such a young age. Like I think I can do a lot with my life, and I have my whole life. I would go into the chemotherapy treatment rooms, and I forgot the name of it. Rick Ross just put out a new album. I'll put my headphones on, like bump Rose the whole time.
That's fire.
And just get like as hyped as I could.
Fuck you, cancer. Fuck
you.
Well, I think you did a pretty good job of maintaining this control. Like I think you always kind of had the mindset where like I have control over this thing. you know, like you.
Did you like the unwanted attention, or the attention you got? Was it unwanted or? Because I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh my God, Sean, are you okay?
Yeah.
How are you?
That's a really good question. No. So I didn't really talk to anyone while I was sick. Like, I would respond, like, if someone, everyone I know texted me, right? So people I'm close with, I would talk to a little bit, and, like, some of my best friends and, like, my cousins, like, they came to the house for a few weekends, and that was awesome. But in terms of, like, everyone else reaching out to me, it's, like, overwhelming, and also just, like, kind of when you're sick and you're focusing on yourself and you do kind of think about time a little bit, and it's like, I'm not gonna like waste my time like texting all these people back so they feel good that like I responded to them, you know, like I kind of sound like a dick, but
Yeah, but you're more important in the situation than the validation someone gets from getting your attention. I get it.
That's my answer. Didn't love it.
Conmac, what was it like for you hearing? Just like,
I mean, I remember when I heard it was the same thing. I was golfing, and we had like golf tournament. Went back to my buddy Flan's house, and I got the text, and I was just like in complete shock. I was actually with our other cousin Marky, and we just kind of went back to my house, and we just had like a little sitting there, just like what, like couldn't believe it, like just like, and just one thing on top of another. It was unbelievable, and then kind of came to it. We're just like, all right, I mean, it's Sean. Like, he's going to fucking crush this. There was no doubt. And then the first time that I saw him after, because we were, like, FaceTiming, talking, whatever, then it was, like, the weekend that he started chemo. And then, like, my aunt was like, oh, this is supposed to be, like, when it's at its worst. Like, this is going to be really tough. Before I came, I was like, no, I'm down. Just want to be there. I get there, and this kid's, like, takes the dog for a walk in the morning. He's up all day, like 8 hours working on the app. And he's like, yo, want to play pickup basketball? And I was like, dude, I'm not this active like any day of the year. And so we're playing pickup. Every shot he's like chucking from 3, nailing everything. Every shot he misses, he gets down, does like 10 push-ups. And I was like, that's unbelievable. Like,
I'm hyperactive.
He's just a beast.
yeah, I'm the same way, bro.
Yeah.
Have you always just had a motor?
Yeah, I just have to get the energy out.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Did you work out today?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Actually, like right before this.
Yeah,
she worked out.
Yeah.
What do you guys have? BU gym?
No, I have a gym in my apartment.
Oh, fire. Oh, you came all the way up here from... Oh, you have an apartment up here in Boston?
Yeah, now that I'm coming back to school. I got a new apartment. I used to live in this like really, really gross house with like all my best buddies from school, but...
Where, in Alston?
Yeah, in Alston. I can't really move back because my parents wouldn't really let me move back because of my immune system and everything, but so I got a cleaner place now.
So was that a surprise that you had testicular cancer? Was that like, for like kids our age, is it common?
Yeah, it's most common for guys our age.
Really?
Yeah. And there's also this like, I think there's like a stigma around testicular cancer where like people think it's gonna be like embarrassing. I guess it could be embarrassing, you know, like
the surgery. You get
your orchiectomy, they cut your nut off and all that stuff.
But you still got one, right?
Still got one.
Let's go,
I'm
bro.
good.
Let's get it.
That would okay. It would really suck if you had to get the double, but no, it's just one, and so everything functions, like still get testosterone and all that stuff, and I really don't mind at all. I never really minded. It's like I'm a little bit lighter now. I'm faster.
That's what I'm saying.
When you guys are older, you're not to get a little like crude here, but your sack's gonna be sagging down. But I have less pressure, so I'll be
Superman.
tight forever.
You're good to go.
80 years old, I'll be.
Oh yeah.
It'll be like I got Botox down there.
So what type of like diet and exercise do your doctors recommend now? Do you have to like cut refined sugars? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they tell me all this stuff. I listened to them when I was going through everything, but I haven't really been listening since. Like, I wasn't supposed to work out for a while, but you would have been saying, like, I had to start.
You just felt restless, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to, like, immediately start building myself back up to be, like, full strength all the time. So I've been doing that. One thing I've been doing been trying to do is eat way cleaner. Like, you're not supposed to eat a lot of bread or like red meat and things like that, because like bread,
Refined carbs.
yeah, or carbs, they get broken down into sugar, which like feeds, if you have cancer, feeds the cancer.
That's like proven.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people that I talk to that have had cancer like completely didn't eat bread at all. I love sandwiches, so I would have them once in a while, but you're really not supposed to.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So there's like actual studies that are linking refined carbs to like cancer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's linked to causing cancer, but I know
Worsening it.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to
Word.
eat it when you have it.
So, okay, so I kind of understand the timeline better. So you're coming back now off your treatment,
Yeah.
and you're back to school to finish school.
Mhm.
And you just finished, and you just graduated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So you guys kept the app going, even though you had all this fucked up shit going on.
Yeah.
Good for you,
Worked
man.
on it even more.
Wow. Do you feel like, do you have like a fatalist point of view now? Like, all right, it's like kind of like do or die. Like, I know what life could really get to. Not to be totally negative.
Wait, yeah, what do you mean by that exactly?
Like, a lot of people say when they have like some sort of near-death experience, it like triggers them into like constant action. Did that happen to you, or?
I feel like I was already heading towards that point. Yeah, the answer is yes, but I feel like I was already like on my way to wanting to do that. Like, if you're going to to the entrepreneurship game, like
If you're driven, yeah.
yeah, you kind of have to be like that. So yeah,
Use it as fuel now.
yeah.
You
Yep.
need a tat, maybe?
I have a tattoo, but I've said it's gonna be my only tattoo. It's for Conmac's sister, my cousin, who passed away. But I keep that as my only tattoo because it's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to dilute its meaning by adding other tattoos. Like, I know what I went through. It's in my head. I don't need
Okay.
I don't need ink to show me. that I-
Conmac, do you have a tattoo as well?
No.
No. You thinking about getting one?
I mean, I've always considered it, just never did.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm kind of thinking of getting a tat soon. C-Mac, any plans for a tat?
Nah.
No?
No.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so 2020, what do we want to get done with the app? Like, what are we thinking?
2020.
Like, give me, like, we have an interview, like, 1 year from today. Like, where would you guys like to be positioned?
Yeah, that's awesome. We want to, so this semester, we want to grow this thing out as much as we can in Boston, right? We think that we think the new app that, like, Kaitlin spent, like, 20 hours, like, binge designing this thing, and it's awesome. Like, I can confidently say it's way better than it is right now. It's absolutely awesome. We want to get on all these campuses in Boston, and get really engaged users, like using this thing every day, like trusting it for all their plans, using the social feed, and then hopefully when they go home from the summer, they can spread it outwards. Like we're kind of modeling this off of what Tinder did. When they launched, like, so they went to school's first semester in the fall, and they had like 20,000 users, and from January 1st to January 20th, so like when everyone was home for winter break, they went from 20,000 to 500,000 users, and that's all organic. Like,
Because people are hooking up with people.
yeah, because
like,
people
yo, this thing actually works.
Yeah, I mean, I bet we all did that. Like, we went home and
Well, Conmac was an animal. I remember you, bro.
swiping right all day. He's got like a row, like, doing automatic.
No, he was wiped. He was wiped.
Yeah, no, he would never do that. So that's our plan. We think that, like, we're confident that our product's gonna work, and that our marketing campaign will work, and that we'll get enough users on it. And what we want is quality users, so that these users will go out and do exactly what they did for Tinder, and grow it organically. Basically, like, telling their friends, like, this is a game changer, you need this thing, like, this is how I'm making plans from now on. And we think that it's going to work. So when we come back here in a year, we want to have gotten our Series A round, and be expanding hopefully we'll have covered the Northeast by then, but we'll be expanding nationwide.
Okay, in terms of usership.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Would you agree? You guys on the same page?
Yeah, same page.
Same vision?
Yeah, same vision.
All right,
Yeah.
so are you guys, can you tell me how much money you're looking for? Is that like a bad question to ask? I'm going to get, if I guess, like you guys want to at least raise like $2 million, $3 million bucks.
For Series A?
I mean, you guys want $3 million bucks to develop the app.
Yeah, well, partly because the app is developed and because our campaign for marketing requires like very low marketing spend. Like to get us to the point of getting a Series A round where we would be getting like a couple million bucks, like I'm not really sure exactly what it would be. That's pretty like that's down the line. But to get to that point, we don't need that much money. We're trying to be as scrappy as we can, keeping funding in-house for as long as we can, and like with super low spend.
Low overhead.
Yeah, low overhead. So yeah, not an exact number, but
Okay, well,
That's my
if someone
answer.
gives you $3 million bucks, you're going to take the 3 mil.
yeah. Oh, definitely.
I would too. Who wouldn't? Big Fresh, what are you doing with 3 mil?
Building that.
I'm building an app?
Yeah, it has to all go to the app.
Well, so he's a computer scientist or app developer.
Really?
So that's the question I had is, are you guys doing all the development in-house?
No. So we do all the design, and so basically they take our designs and like run them through this software, and like that's how they get the front end. And then back end, we provide all the instructions of how everything should work, but we outsource the back end development.
Is that like offshore in like India or like
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's where Mikey Bonkers
It's the
develops
cheapest
his app
way.
too.
Yeah.
so do you do app development?
Yeah, that's my job right now.
What do
I was
you-
actually gonna say like
Is it
I
mobile
fucking
app?
love like Scrum and like Agile. Like, I
Oh,
think
really?
it's the
Yeah.
shit
I
out
think
of
I
it.
did a horrible job explaining it, but
No, like
yeah.
I think you got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like have you ever used like the Todoist app?
Sorry to
Where
me.
you like kind of like move it from like these columns like as like the task like progresses.
I'm familiar with what you're talking
Yeah, it's
about.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the company I work for now, they do medical communications, and then I
Mhm.
work on their iOS app.
oh, cool.
Oh, so you do
Wait,
mobile
so
apps.
what
Yeah.
what
We
languages?
should talk after
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
actually looking.
Networking.
This is something I wanted to say on here is that we are looking for a technical member
Dude,
to add to our
you just
team.
found
So
him. You're not looking anymore.
yeah, we're not looking anywhere. We're we found him, but yeah, we should definitely talk.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
another
Fresh,
que-
he developed an Amazon scale for the podcast as well. So like you can say, "Hey Alexa, play GDP Minute," and it will play on Alexa. That was
Really?
him coding the whole thing. Yep.
Oh wow.
All right, yeah.
Another question is like when you're pitching to VCs, like what are you kind of explaining to them for your like monetization model for the app?
Yeah. So we actually have 4 pretty like strong potential revenue streams. Like, so because people will be making plans on this app, we can offer tailored recommendations, like in events and even products.
Like Yelp.
Yeah, like Yelp, but we're different because when you go to our planner on Hang, like I'll show you on the app after this, and you're going to make your plan, that's where recommendations will be for things to do. And because like people don't really, it's hard for businesses right now to market for those like little plans that you make because they don't really have data on that stuff, right? Like because as I said, like we do all this stuff on messaging platforms. So what we think we can do is once we have people working on or planning on Hang and actually using it for their social lives, we'll be able to not only make money from businesses by having them advertise right on our planner, but we'll actually be able to offer like recommendations to the users that will actually be helpful to them. So like if you and I go out for like coffee every morning at like a specific time, Hang will be able to recognize that and then recommend like another coffee shop in that area at that time for me to make the plan with you.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's just one of them. We have some more. We'll keep those secret for now, but that's our teaser.
Okay, so that's like a B2B model though. Like you guys want to start involving more businesses to place ads based on your app.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be it.
I get how this tech thing works.
Part of it, yeah.
Hey, any more questions over here?
And for the back end, are you guys on like any kind of like cloud infrastructure, like Amazon Web Services or anything
Yeah,
like that?
we're on AWS.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
See you, Mac. You got
I
a
don't-
haymaker?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment going back to that law of attraction. Just hearing your story and everything, it kind of makes me think about that because, like, obviously this cancer, it's not fun, it's not great, but gave you time to work on your app, gave you a lot of time to work on your app, and you made the most of it. And just hearing you talk about it, and obviously the bias of having you say this before, it kind of feels like destiny.
Yeah, no, I actually wanted to jump in earlier when you were speaking about like this whole topic and say that I agree with you. Like, less so now. Like what you were saying about how like things get thrown at you, like or you fail yourself, but then you can like, if you maybe you were meant to fail, or maybe you were meant to get something really bad to happen to you, because if you're the type of person with the right mindset, you can actually convert that into a success for you down the line. Like, I agree with that, but I think it's less about maybe like the bad things are destiny, but it takes your mindset
Use it as fuel.
to use it the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe half and half. That's
I like that. But no, I was thinking of that, and that's all I had.
Great guy. Conor, Mac, any questions?
I mean, yeah, I can agree with that 100%. Like, Sean, I mean, you guys all know, like, bad stuff has happened in the past. I mean,
Yeah.
you can deal with it two ways. You can either give up or you can just get better. And I think that we've all done that multiple times.
Yeah.
Use it as a driver. Yeah, I feel you. How important do you think is like positive thought? Just like kind of defeating negative thought in your head and like totally mapping your thoughts all positive.
Okay, so that's like the best question, because I can segue that into this. A book that all you guys should read is Mindset by, what do you remember her name?
Her last name?
Is it on audiobook, bro? I'm not a big reader.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a pretty famous book. But she runs the psychology department at Stanford. It's called Mindset, the book. And basically she splits the world into two types of people. You can have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. And I won't get like all into it, but like if you have a growth mindset, you're able to take like you it is a positive attitude in the way that you can take your failures and you can take like bad things happen to you and good things and kind of analyze them in the right way to set you on the right. I'm not doing a great job of explaining.
So for a growth mindset, you see failures as learning experiences and learning opportunities, whereas if you have a fixed mindset, you see failure as a discouragement. So,
Part of life.
Right, part of life. Like, you would be, if you fail, you're going to shy away from trying new things and maybe raising your hand in class because you're so afraid of failing. Whereas, like, for the growth mindset, you kind of, sometimes you want to fail because then you're learning and you're growing and you're progressing.
I love taking L's,
Yeah.
bro. I take
Yeah.
L's on a daily.
You should read it.
Yeah, what she's saying, actually, I remember now, is that with a fixed mindset, you think you have like a cap on your like intelligence and your personality. Like, you're born thinking that it's destiny, right? Like, I have X amount of intelligence and this is what my personality is, and like I can't really do much to change that. And if you think about it, if that's your mindset, then you're going to be super protective over your level of intelligence and your personality, like, right? Like, if it gets discredited at all, you're going to be super upset because you don't think you can make it better, so you're actually like a dumber person than you thought you would. That's why, that's like the science behind like why some people, like, I've done this a million times. This book made me realize it's like, don't raise their hand in class. Even though, what's going to happen if you raise your hand and you get the wrong answer? You're either going to...
Hold on, ask me.
what's gonna happen?
Depends who your professor is. You might want to mid him up after class. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, they'll be like, you know, Connor, you didn't do the reading, dog. Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. I did it. You feel me?
Yeah, but that's fine. So if you get it like, maybe you get it right, great. But if you get it wrong, the worst things that's gonna come out of it is that you realize, okay, I don't understand this. I need to learn this, or you learn something from that. But if you have a fixed mindset and you're unable to risk the fact that your intelligence at that point might be lower,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, then you're not going to take that jump.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're all in our 20s in the back of this warehouse, so it's tough for us to all act like we're like totally successful. But
Yeah,
I'm
not.
I know I'm not at all. But in my experience, at least, in the past 2 years, I've become so comfortable with losing because I'm like, yo, if you're gonna do your own thing, bro, you're gonna take losses, and I kind of feel like the more losses you take, the closer you're getting to a W.
100%.
Yeah, that's the same thinking.
But
If
sometimes
you do the right thing with them.
Yeah, but if you catch like 60 in a row, you're like, yo, bro, maybe I'm just stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh shit, I just caught a win. Maybe something's going right.
Yeah, or maybe you're not even stupid, but maybe it's just like the wrong time for what you're trying to do.
Well, I'm a big believer in like forcing things into existence. I like think that's totally pragmatic. I think you can totally do that. Like
Yeah.
if you guys would literally never stop with the app and you just keep hammering it 18 hours a day over and over and over and over, it will move. I believe that.
Yeah.
So I got your back. I downloaded like 2 days ago.
We saw that.
Oh, mine. Did you see my picture?
No, I didn't see your picture.
So you guys can track all our info?
No, we just get to see that there's a new user.
Fire. Hey, Big Fresh, can you download? Can you download?
Yeah.
Okay. C-Mac, download.
I downloaded 15 minutes before they showed
Let's
up.
go.
Hey, there we go.
2 new users.
Wait 1 month from now, it's gonna be a lot better.
The features
also-
and the aesthetic
sorry,
is so much
sorry
better.
to-
No, that's okay.
I was also like looking on the App Store before this show, and I was like completely looking at a wrong app. And there's like another Hang app with like 1-star review,
Yeah.
and like do you guys ever like see
it's actually
like that?
called like Hang app, right?
Oh, okay,
Like it has
yeah.
app in the
It's like the
name.
blue like UI and everything. Like
Yeah.
That's not us.
Not-
Don't download
please
that.
You
Do
guys
not.
gotta sue them.
Don't think that's us. Yeah, we actually. So we.
No, you're not suing them, are you?
No, we're not suing them, but we have the trademark for the name Hang.
Cool.
And that was like a huge problem for us for a while because there was this app named Hang on the App Store, but they hadn't been active in like 6 years or whatever. And the guy,
A complete dick.
he might he was awful. He was like this MIT guy.
Oh.
And he refused, like, it's not like he's using the name anymore. It was like a company that he used to, like, I think he ran it, but the company that owned the app was gone. The app hadn't been updated in 6 years.
So
Like,
you guys just reached out and said, hey, can we get this? And he was
yeah,
like, no shot.
No, he wouldn't even respond.
Damn.
But like people on his team that we also emailed responded and like gave us the correct email, and like they were like, yeah, he'll respond to this one. He never responded, so we kind of pestered Apple for a while until
They budged.
yeah, they helped us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we it's our name,
Cool.
So
Legally entitled to it.
Yeah,
so
so we
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's got the LLC? Who owns that?
us.
I know.
Me.
Oh, your name?
Well, we have co-ownership.
But it
Oh,
says
then-
Sean Doherty on the LLC.
Mhm.
Hey, LLC boys for life.
Yeah, LLCs are the best.
LLCs are so hard to get. You guys have no idea what we went through to get one of those things. It's like a $500 check, and then like
Yeah.
they send it to you like the next day. Dude, I'm telling you, Conor, I like announced on social media. I was like, yeah, I finally got my LLC, and people were pouring out support. Like, oh my god, you're a millionaire. This is amazing. I was like, you guys, like anyone can
It's
do
so
it.
easy, yeah.
It's so easy.
That's like a 24-hour turnaround time.
I know, dude. There's like websites that do it that actually gave me all those viruses on my computer. Like you can, it's literally websites like that.
Yeah, I also realized that you don't need it. We use the website also, like you live and you learn, but we realized you don't need a website too.
You can just go to your town hall and do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You save some money.
It's probably like $75 extra with the website.
Yeah, they charge you.
I know.
I think we paid like $75.
What'd you guys do? Ink Authority?
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I did too. And they keep calling you, right?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you got to make sure you have this federal ID number, all this other stuff.
Yeah, I think we took ourselves off of their
Yeah.
Oh, you're
website.
unsubscribed.
Yeah.
We're done with them.
Yeah.
We got the LLC. We're
Yeah.
out. We're making millions.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, well, guys, I had a great time. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of fun. That's awesome.
Cool. Before we end, any last questions? No? Okay. We're going to go
He
up
was
and no.
close.
So no. Yeah, I know you want to say something.
No, I thought one interesting topic would be about growing up in London that we didn't touch on. I feel like that was a very interesting time for you.
You grew up in England?
I was born in London.
Can you give it like a 30-second blurb?
Yeah, I'll
Thanks, Con, man.
I'll give you a
What
30
great
second
segue to the end of the episode. What's wrong with you, bro?
30-second blurb.
With a British accent, please.
I was a little guy. I had a British accent, and I went to this school, and it was like basically like a Hogwarts type deal.
Fire.
Yeah, like super formal, and I was like 6 years old, and they had me dressed in a full suit every day to go to school. So I was miserable. My mom said I had like a hernia at age 6 because I was so stressed out to go to school. So that's basically my I love London, but that was my first experience.
And
with
you had an
London.
accent?
Yeah.
That's a polywhacker sort of thing.
Yeah. Not exactly like that, but yeah. So
Okay, word.
I lost it though.
Well, hey, this is how we start in the episode. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. You got to say hi, your name. I'd pass it off and say, hi, this is Sean. This is Kaitlin from the Hang App. And this is our golden hour. Then directly after, no break, hi, I'm Sean Kaitlin. And that was our golden hour. So it's this is, and then it's that was. And I'm not going to repeat it.
Wait, so we have to say it together, or?
I would,
Hi, this
collaborate.
is Sean Doherty
And this is Caitlin Sai.
from
Okay,
the
let's
Hang
redo
app.
that. Let's redo that.
All right. Hi, I'm Sean Doherty
And I'm Caitlin Sai.
from the Hang app, and this is the golden hour.
Blew it. Nope.
That was
Blew it. Blew it.
That was the
Hi.
golden hour.
This is our golden hour. And then right after you're gonna say the same thing, and then you say that was. And I'm gonna let you just quick preface. Literally probably about 97% of people get this wrong.
Okay.
So you guys won't be alone.
This. Okay.
I think Conmac's mind's blown over here. He's got no clue what's going on. Alright, whenever you guys are ready.
Hi, I'm Sean Doherty,
And this is Caitlin Sai.
and we're from the Hang app, and this is our golden hour.
And then
Say my name again.
yeah.
Hi, I'm Sean Doherty,
And this is Caitlin Sai.
and that was our golden hour.
Well, yeah, you're good.
Why didn't you say it?
No, you don't have to say it together.
Oh, I thght we said it together.
No, we're done. We're good.
Oh, that
But
makes
whenever you're ready,
it way easier.